Stacey and Chase Boone. The views and opinions expressed in this feature are those of the listeners and participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of East Coast Radio.
All right, so let me set the premise in terms of what we're talking about today. Eskom has just handed its employees a 5.4 billion rands in bonuses. That is roughly 128,000 rand per person who works at Eskom.
Wait. Give me those numbers again, please.
5.4 billion rands in bonuses.
That's in bonuses alone.
In bonuses alone. Share the salary, share the other benefits that they get, which equates to 128,000 rand per person.
How do we get a job at Eskom?
I'm telling you, Nick, you need to know a lot about power. I'll tell you that for sure. This is after they recorded the first profit in years. On paper, it sounds great, right? It sounds like a great turnaround for Eskom. People are working. But here's the catch and the reality for most South Africans. Your electricity bill is still climbing. Municipalities owe Eskom billions, and the utility is still financially fragile. So the big question that we are driving home to tonight is as follows. Do you think that bonuses drive performance, or are we here rewarding failure? Argument number one is as follows. When there's something real on the table, people show up differently. Targets get hit, extra hours get put in, and teams pull together because there's a shared reward at the end. In a country where the cost of living is crushing people, a bonus isn't just motivation. It is basically survival. Give people a reason to perform, and most of the time, they will. That's not theory, that is human nature. And then on the other side, argument number two, which claims bonuses are broken. The problem is that bonuses have stopped being earned and started being expected. Employees budget for their 13 check before December even arrives. Managers approve payouts to keep the peace, not because targets are being smashed. When everyone gets a bonus regardless of the output, it stops being an incentive and starts being a very expensive entitlement that does nothing for the bottom line. So the question we're asking this afternoon is part of the Great Drive debate. Do big bonuses drive performance or reward failure? Tell us your truth. You can call us on this number, 087-086-9495, or you can send us a voice note to 061-792-9495. On the line, joining us to be a part of this conversation, we have Donnie, all the way from Perception. Welcome to the show, Donnie. How are you doing?
Hello, guys. I'm doing fantastic, and you?
Oh, man, we are good. Hope you're keeping warm wherever you are. Okay, let's jump straight into it. What are your thoughts when it comes to bonuses?
I would like to go 50-50 because the thing is, you can't just put all employees under one umbrella. There's going to be some that's really working and doing great performances, and then there's the other side who flags behind, gets to work late, and sometimes doesn't show up for shift when you need them. Yeah. And then the other people are grateful at the end of the year, even if it's not what they were expecting. And then the slackers are the ones that go into entitlement and says, oh, but it's supposed to be supposed to get, not realizing what they've actually done. They hardly done any work.
Yeah.
So I would go 50-50. Performance for the good guys, but then you get the other bad guys.
So almost like...
So it's hard to...
Yeah. Almost like I want to just add to that, maybe say that people who don't perform deserve to be punished to some extent.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
This day and age, you can't do that.
Yeah, and it is what it is. So you're giving it a 50-50. People who work hard deserve the
50-50.
bonuses, and those who don't deserve the bonuses. Okay, thank you so much there, Donnie, all the way from
No problem. Thanks, guys.
Okay, crossing over to Joe, all the way from Overport. You relate? You've got an opinion? Share that with us, Joe.
Hi guys. Yeah. So with me, it's all about KPIs. Each person has a job task.
Yeah.
Do your job, and then from there, your superiors will assess you and say, okay, fine, job is done, performed well. Sure, why not? Here's your bonus. Here's your incentives or whatever the case.
Yeah.
Now, dishing out stuff just because entitlement and because you think you're going to perform, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
I mean, more often than not, when you reward somebody or something, and they're like, oh, fine, I can do whatever I want, I'm still going to get it.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. So you have to perform, you get it. My organization is the same. I perform, I do well, I get according to the percentage of my KPI.
Yeah.
If my bonus is, let's say, 10 grand, and my KPI share, okay, fine, 60% of it's fine, I'm going to get an 8 grand bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my opinion. It's all performance-based. If you perform, you get it.
And it must be tied to a goal, something that you can
100%.
literally see and calculate,
100%. Yeah, because it's a process
etc.
goal.
Yeah.
Simple as that, process goal, yeah.
Joe, let me ask you something, right? So if we remove bonuses completely, right? Let's say those that don't graph as hard as those that do, right? What would you say is the best feature to replace the bonuses to actually push people to perform better? What do you think can be done in a work environment? Maybe you can give an example at your workplace. What goes on there?
Okay, look at again. Okay, incentives. Now, there's so many ways to look at it. Most people, especially in our country, we love money.
Yeah.
You know, money can do great things for us. But also, you look at extra leave days. You know, push the leave days up. Extra vacation,
okay.
or maybe look, there's a voucher like a shopping voucher, a ShopRite voucher, or something like that. You know, take away the money and then give them time to their family.
Yes.
Or
Okay. That's
you
a
work,
smart
fine.
response.
Perform. You got 2 weeks you can work from home. 2 weeks you come to the office. That kind of thing. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very smart, man. Some sort of an incentive for working
yeah.
hard and committing yourself. But then again, it must be directly related to KPIs, goals, targets being met, etc., etc. I like that. Not placing so much pressure on it being a monetary incentive necessarily, but some form of reward to say, we see you, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, thank you so much, Joe.
Yeah.
Joe from Overport for your opinion, okay?
Thanks, Jay. Cheers, guys.
Shut up, man. The conversation continues. We're talking about bonuses. Do you think that big bonuses drive performance, or are we out here rewarding failure? Tell us your truth. Call us on this number, 0870869495. Otherwise, you can also send us a voice note to 061-792-9495.
I don't think companies should actually give out a 13th check or a bonus, because if we're being honest, most of the people just get the hours done. No one really, you just scrape by, do enough work just to get the day done. If we're going to be honest, I mean, it's only a handful, if not less, that actually really pull their weight and usually do the work of 3, 4, 5 people that deserve those bonuses, but always sit there in the corner quiet, don't ever complain, happy with what they get. It's like, hey, look, I don't even get a bonus. I've got to put my own money away to have something at the end of the year.
Good afternoon, ECR team. I hope you guys have a fantastic afternoon. Stefan here from Toti. I was listening to a podcast during the beginning of this week, Monday, I think, from Simon Sinek, where he was discussing the hunger of the new generation employees to perform. And one of the points he had in it was that there's been found that the new generation of employees are more likely to come and say, give me a bonus or give me an increase, and then I will show you what to do. Versus the older generations, the millennials and the Gen Xers, that is more likely and more prone to first work and then receive the bonuses. And apparently from the conversation that he was having with his guest on the podcast, it is all to do with the stability or the security of the jobs, where there's no guarantee in a month's time you're going to have a job and get that bonus at the end of the year. They would rather have the bonus be given to them and then they perform the work at a higher level, versus doing the work and then a month later getting retrenched or whatever without seeing any tangible additional reward.
Shout out and thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and your opinions on today's Great Drive debate. My question is, if bonuses are such a strong motivator, why do we still see poor service delivery systems where bonuses already exist?
Stacey and Chase Boo, weekdays from 3 p.m. East Coast Radio.